Well, hey guys, my name is Jason. Today I have the R2500 solar generator from Allpowers. I also have the accompanying 600 watt folding solar panel to go with it. I'm going to use this to power my tool trailer, basically my mobile workshop. So I'm going to tell you all about it and get this mounted up in my trailer and see how it works. You will find all of the power outputs on the front of the machine protected by rubber caps. 2 100 watt USB-Cs, 2 18 watt and 2 12 watt USB-As, 4 20 amp 120 volt wall outlets, 1 20 amp RV style plug, a 12 volt automotive style cigarette lighter output, lastly 2 5521 barrel style round outlets. Inside you have 2016 watt hours of battery storage, a 2500 watt inverter with a 4000 watt peak output. To put that output into perspective, this is our 44 foot long fifth wheel. It has 3 air conditioning units, 4 televisions, 2 refrigerators, an electric fireplace, tons of lighting, and it runs off of 900 watts of solar and a 3000 watt inverter. Now, I worked out of this trailer for about 5 weeks on a remote job on the Oregon coast, and it worked great. I had light via this car battery. I had basically all the tools I could possibly need for an out-of-town job, but I had no way to charge my batteries. I had no way to run a corded saw or tool. While most of the time using the client's power is not a problem, it's nice to be able to have my battery chargers and everything confined to a trailer without having to run a loud gas-powered generator. I demonstrated that in my last video. So this is literally going on in front of my job site right now. Trailer with a super loud generator on it. I don't want to be that guy in the neighborhood. So today I'm going to replace this automotive battery with the Allpowers solar generator. I'm going to get it set up right here. Eventually, I'd like to run electrical wiring through the trailer so that I can just plug one cord in. I have a job starting in about 4 days. I'm going to need the trailer. I'm going to need the power. So I'm just going to build a spot for it to sit. And then I'd like to try and make kind of a makeshift mount for the solar panels, either on the side or on the roof of the trailer. So let's get started. Now the R2500 is about a little over 14 inches deep. I've only got 10 inches here, so I'm going to measure the width and I'm going to cut this out. I'm not going to put it in a corner because it vents through the ends. So I want to keep it away from the edge a little bit just so that there's plenty of room for airflow. One big reason why I'm using the Allpowers here is all of the charging for the generator itself is done through the ends. So I can place it up against this back wall and not have to worry about not having access to the back of it. Everything is through the sides and through the front. So I'm going to get a measurement. I'm going to notch this out and we'll get that in place. I'm just going to come up with something to kind of entrap it across the front here, and then we should be good to go. I think I'll get a small extension cord so that I can have both of these plugged into one cord So I'm only taking up one spot on here at a time. Well, okay guys, I've got my cigarette lighter plugged in like I had attached to that car battery. I have an old Christmas light cord that has a double end on the other end, so I have both battery chargers plugged into one outlet. We've got light. We've got chargers. Now it's saying it'll run about 9 or 10 days on the output that it's running right now. Of course, once those batteries charge, the chargers will shut off and it won't be drawing anything. I've got a little bit of sun outside right now, so I want to hook up the solar panel and see how that offsets my power output. All right, well, here is the solar panel suitcase. It's about 27 pounds. It's a pretty hefty bit of kit. Inside here we have all of the necessary wiring. We have about 10 feet of cord to plug into your generator, and then coming out of the back of the panel is probably three or 4 feet of lead, and then we've got half a dozen carabiners. And I think the way to do this is, at least for winter time, while the sun is low in the sky, put some eye bolts up high so that I can hang the solar panel on the side of the trailer, and then maybe towards summertime move it up to the roof. You know, if it's going to be parked for a month at a time, set it up on the roof and secure it, and it should be fully self-contained. But I'm going to unfold this. I don't have a ton of sunshine where I'm at. I might move to a little better location, but I'm going to be chasing the sun low in the sky. Let me get the solar panel opened up, and we'll see what the best way to go about it is. Now, we've also got some wire ties. Now, fully opened up, it is not quite 4 feet, 46.5 inches by not quite 9 feet, 107 inches. And there's loops all across the top for the carabiner. Well, I've made kind of a temporary makeshift little solar wall out of sawhorses. In the time it took to set this up, I've kind of lost my sun behind, well, clouds and trees. But let's pop inside and see if we're making any power at all. Yeah, we're currently only making 11 watts, so I'm gonna hang around and see if the sun comes out a little bit more and see if we can't bump that number up a little bit. Well, we're only still making around 12 watts, but both of these batteries have finished charging, so I'm gonna shut the AC off. So now we're just running the lights to the trailer. So we're charging at 12 to 13 watts, and we are using 17 watts, so we're using 5 watts basically. All right guys, well, I went ahead and moved my operation up into some clear sunlight. Again, I'm just temporarily leaned up against this sawhorse conglomeration, but we've got some pretty good direct sun. Let's go see how we're doing. 485 watts. That is a lot better than I was actually expecting. We are just north of the 45th parallel, northern hemisphere, wintertime. That is almost 500 watts. That's pretty impressive. It says it will finish charging in 22 minutes. I don't know if you can hear it over there. I've been tending to a burn pile for a minute, but let's come back and see how our charging is going. Still full sun. Pretty good angle on it. 99%, 3 minutes left, 366 watts. Well, 100%. Pretty impressive. Now, I should also mention that you have up to 1500 watts of AC charging. It comes with a cord. There's your solar plug. Behind the door on the right side, you have 2 plugs for additional battery packs that will add, I think, 1100 watt hours each. So you can really bump up the storage if you wanted to. All in all, I think this is going to be a great unit. I love that all of the outputs have a protective cover for them. Keep the dust out, any water splashing. Well guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you found it useful, and if you tuned in hoping to see me put this thing through a torture test and plug in all kinds of ridiculous gear to it to try and max it out, that's not this video. Plenty of guys have done that already. I saw one guy run it up to 3000 watts of output before it shut down. I review things like this because I can use them. I think they're useful. I think that you'll find them useful. I've been sent several very expensive items that you'll never see a video on because they did not work as advertised. So if I'm sharing something on my channel, it's because it works, I like it, and I think you will too. If you're interested in learning more about this or purchasing one, I have a link below. I have a 10% discount code as well. I'd like to thank Allpowers for sending me this unit to try out for you, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And with that, I'm going to get ready for my project starting on Monday. Until next time, stick around. We'll see you soon.